morning, folks. Welcome back to 3 Zen. Bobo's here. So, as I mentioned earlier on a short, I'm going to take another minute here and give you a story that took place in Japan late in World War II. And I kind of need to do this to give you context to what I plan to produce tomorrow on the HC-130. Okay, that being said, this story took place late in the war. I'm thinking spring of 1945, maybe. And specifically, it took place in the base theater. So you get about 120, 150 of these guys in there. They're all pilots, brand new guys. And this admiral walks in, up on stage, and they all thunder to attention. They're all standing up, and the admiral walks up on stage in the center, and he says, "Honorable pilot, hi." And they bend over, and these guys all go, "Hi, hi." You know, he says, "Please sit down." So they all sit down. He says, "We have a special mission for you." He says, "We're going to give you a brand new airplane." He says, "You're going to take that airplane, and you're going to take off with one big bomb." And all these guys are going, "Hi, hi." I don't think they coughed. Anyway, "Hi, hi." He says, "And you're going to fly out to the American fleet, and you're going to find a battleship. You're going to find a carrier. You're going to find a cruiser." He says, "You let those little destroyers go. They're not worth the cost." He says, "Then you're going to dive that airplane onto the ship. You're going to blow it up and kill many American. Hi, hi." And then one kid starts this, "Bonsai, bonsai." So now they're kind of going back and forth between, "Hi, bonsai." And they're getting really whipped up about this. He says, "But before you go," the admiral says, "we're going to take some time off and give you 5 days of leave." He says, "We're going to take you up to Mount Fuji." "Hi, bonsai." He says, "We're going to give you each a 2 geisha girl." Oh. "Hi, bonsai." He said, "When you get up there, we're going to give you some rice and wine and sake." "Hi, hi." He says, "Then," "for 5 days, you're going to have a lot of fun up there on Mount Fuji. And then when you come back, we're going to put you in your airplane, and then you're going to take off on your mission." And these guys are all whipped up now. "Hi, bonsai, bonsai." Just everybody's fired up about this thing. And he says, "Before we go, does anybody have any question?" And way up in the back, there's this skinny little guy, and maybe 19, 20 years old, and he timidly raises his hand up like that, and the admiral kind of looks up and he sees him. He says, "Yes," he says, "Lieutenant, what is your question, please?" Lieutenant stood up and comes to attention. He says, "Honorable Admiral-san," he says, "I have one question." He says, "Yeah." The admiral says, "I know that." He says, "You already told me." He says, "What's your question?" And the guy says, "Honorable Admiral-san, are you out of your freaking mind?" Well, with that, the guy was ushered out and shot, and the rest of the guys went up to Mount Fuji, and we know the rest of the story. So with that, brace yourself for tomorrow. This is Bobo. Base gear, stop.